Took a walk in the winter woods one night after a particularly nasty day of training, and that was when out of the corner of my eye I saw a boy my age sitting by himself in the snow. I almost asked him if he was alright. He was so pale, he really looked like he was freezing. I looked him over, he wore clothes like mine, but where I wore green, this boy wore pure white, and his feet were bare. He was pretty clean cut for a town like mine. From where he sat I couldn't tell if he was breathing, so I picked up the closest stick that I could find and poked him with it to be sure he was alive. I think I spooked him, he looked quite surprised when he jumped up and snatched away the stick that I was holding. I wondered if this kid had lost his mind when he took a step towards me and asked if I could see him. And frost blew beneath his feet, and I said, of course I see you, chuckle frosty winter spirit. My life is made a believer out of me, and I remember you from my mother's stories. You bring the winter, you are Jack Frost, aren't you? And after that night I often saw him flying between the treetops, and sometimes right beside me, in between sarcastic taunts and pickup lines. It's safe to say me and Jack got along just fine. I became a bit too interested in his eyes, and his friendly touches would occasionally linger. Other than that, we were just two normal guys, except for when we kissed that one time. And that other time, it wasn't until that mid-March night when he began hinting at the changing of the seasons, and he told me he didn't want our land to die, and I realized that he meant that he was leaving. And I told him that I loved him, and he said, I feel just the way you're feeling. You're all I ever needed, someone to believe, someone who believes in me. Trust me when I tell you I'm not leaving. We will meet again. The other seasons last like 3 months anyway, and then spring came. I enjoyed the warm months while they lasted. It felt like a long time, but I passed it with my best friend by my side. And one morning a cold wind left me